Christine and Perfect, later known to the world as Christine McVie, was born on July 12, 1943, in the quiet English village of Bowth, Lancashire. Music ran deep in her blood. Her father, Cyril, was a concert violinist with the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, and her grandfather played the organ at Westminster Abbey. Her mother, Beatrice, added an air of mysticism to the household as a psychic medium who held séances and claimed to paint her spirit guide, Silver Shadow, while in trances. Their home was a place where music and the supernatural coexisted, creating an environment that was both inspiring and strange. Christine began playing piano at 4, her parents expecting her to follow the family's classical path. She studied Bach and Schubert until she was 11, but the rigid discipline and pressure to live up to her surname made her feel trapped. Everything changed when her brother brought home a Fats Domino songbook. The boogie-woogie rhythms electrified her, and for the first time she felt free. By 16, she was playing in small bands, performing Everly Brothers songs in smoky clubs around Birmingham. Her father was horrified, thinking she was wasting her classical training, but Christine was discovering her true voice in the blues. After studying sculpture at Moseley College of Art, she drifted from art to music entirely, joining a band called Chicken Shack in the late 1960s. Her soulful vocals on I'd Rather Go Blind became a hit, though she earned little from it. Exhausted from endless touring and unfair contracts, she released a modest solo album, Christine Perfect, in 1969, then stepped away, just as her personal life began to unravel. She had married John McVie, Fleetwood Mac's bassist, but their marriage was strained from the start. They lived out of suitcases, crossing paths more in hotel lobbies than at home. In 1970, when Peter Green left Fleetwood Mac after a harrowing LSD breakdown, Christine was invited to join the band officially. She hesitated, saying she was just a girl who plays piano, but soon became the band's quiet center. Her gentle voice and steady presence anchored the group as it searched for a new identity. Yet her personal life grew darker. John's drinking worsened, and his temper often boiled over. There were fights, infidelities, and nights when she locked herself in hotel rooms to escape him. She poured her pain into songs like Morning Rain, crafting melodies that carried both heartbreak and resilience. By the early 1970s, Fleetwood Mac was disintegrating under the weight of alcohol, drugs, and infighting. Christine worked tirelessly, covering parts for bandmates who had fallen apart, recording late at night when tempers cooled. The pressure destroyed her health. She fainted on stage once, dropped weight from stress, and lost part of her vocal range from overuse. She confessed years later that she had considered ending her life several times during that decade. Then, at the end of 1974, fate changed everything. Mick Fleetwood discovered the duo Buckingham Nicks and persuaded Lindsey Buckingham to join the band, on the condition that Stevie Nicks came too. Christine met Stevie over dinner on New Year's Eve, 1974, and instantly approved. By February, Fleetwood Mac had its classic lineup, and within months they were recording the 1975 self-titled album that sold 7 million copies. But success came at a terrible cost. Their next album, Rumors, recorded through 1976, was created amid emotional wreckage. Every member was either breaking up, fighting, or falling apart. Christine and John's marriage ended as she secretly fell in love with the band's lighting director, Cary Grant, inspiring her hit, You Make Loving Fun. To avoid conflict, she told everyone it was about her dog. When John found out, he was devastated. The studio became a war zone of resentment and cocaine. They spent $25,000 on the drug during the sessions, and Christine's asthma worsened so badly that she sometimes needed oxygen between takes. Yet from the chaos came brilliance. Her songs, Don't Stop, Songbird, and You Make Loving Fun, defined the album that sold over 45 million copies worldwide. Behind her calm stage smile, she was collapsing. During the Rumors tour, she found a hotel key in John's pocket belonging to a 19-year-old fan. That night, during an Atlanta show, she filed for divorce mid-concert, then went back on stage and sang Go Your Own Way through tears. The divorce was finalized that December, and Christine briefly reunited with Cary Grant, though the wounds ran too deep. In 1978, Fleetwood Mac won the Grammy for Album of the Year, but Christine was sinking into depression. She checked into a London clinic, writing songs about emptiness on napkins and matchbooks. One night, alone in a Beverly Hills hotel, she lined up 30 sleeping pills, ready to die, until Fleetwood knocked on her door, unknowingly saving her life. When Tusk was released in 1979, the $1.4 million experiment failed to match rumors' success. Christine blamed herself and turned further to cocaine, smoking it daily and hallucinating old bandmates who weren't there. She needed surgery to repair her damaged nose. By the early 1980s, her personal life mirrored the chaos of her band. She began a passionate, destructive relationship with Beach Boys drummer Dennis Wilson, whose alcoholism and violence terrified her. When Wilson drowned in 1983, Christine was consumed with guilt. She found brief success with her 1984 solo album, Christine McVie, scoring the hit Got a Hold on Me. But her marriage to Portuguese keyboardist Eddie Quintela in 1986 soon turned toxic. Together they wrote Little Lies, one of Fleetwood Mac's last major hits, but behind closed doors he isolated her from friends and colleagues. By 1997 their marriage was over. The custody battle over his 2 children, whom she had helped raise, cost her over $200,000 and left her shattered. Years of touring and emotional strain took a physical toll. A neck injury from decades of piano playing required spinal surgery in 1992, and she became addicted to painkillers and alcohol. When Fleetwood Mac planned a tour in 1993, her agoraphobia made her unable to fly. She quit the band by phone, retreating to her Kent manor in near-total isolation. 4 years she lived as a recluse, surviving on wine and painkillers, sleeping by day and staying up all night. Neighbors whispered about the lonely musician whose bedroom light never went out. Her solitude turned dangerous in 2010 when she fell down her stone staircase at 2 in the morning, breaking ribs and her wrist. Crawling to a phone to call for help, she realized the life she had built was no longer safe. That moment marked her turning point. She entered treatment, gave up alcohol, and began to heal. When she rejoined Fleetwood Mac in 2014 for the On With the Show tour, the world saw it as a triumph. But Christine was terrified. Every flight, every hotel, every performance felt like a test of will. Voice that felt heartbreakingly true.